And we live to our reporter Pelane Phakgadi, who is still in the area of Rustenburg at Sibanye Still Waters. This is where a salary dispute is ongoing. Pelane, good morning to you. And the understanding is that on Monday next week, this particular strike will officially enter the third month that it has been ongoing. The Minister of Mineral Resources, we are scheduled to speak to him here. The understanding is that he is coming your way. Whereabout are you right now, and what are you hearing exactly as to who he's going to speak to on a public holiday?
Well, definitely. I mean the Sondela area, to be quite exact, and of course, those are some of the details that we'll be looking at to exactly which area he'll be visiting and who he's looking to be talking to. But what found interest to me at this particular space here in Sondela is that just behind me, as Katlego shows you, there's a mine, and I'm just going to be showing you the rest of the area itself. That is one of the Sibanye Still Waters mine, of course, operating as normal today, despite the fact that there are some, well, majority of the people who are currently on strike at this current state. And then just below it, just literally below it, hence you found people very much complaining, say that they live in squalor, they want better wages. So this is some of the area you find themselves in. It has even turned into a waste area. You can just check there. People are even, because they don't have job opportunities, they're even engaged in collecting the refuse there, packaging them, and then even taking them out to waste, so that they can at least be able to get some change to put some bread on the table. So here in Sondela, quite a number of challenges that the people are facing here, despite the fact of unemployment that they've been talking about, and those who are employed and are currently on strike saying that they demand better living wages because this is the conditions that they currently live in. And their demand, not only from the president, as we've heard yesterday, but as well as to the mineral minister, Gweramantashe, that he must really facilitate and initiate all the talks with the mines, so that they can be able to officiate and finally put this matter into rest. Perhaps let me just bring in William Maila. He's one of the community members here, and he's been complaining as well, not only about unemployment, but as well as the issues that I've just shown you now, before we go into the other details as far as what the minister will be doing here in the area. William, ke a bona mo monna re sho mo le dulang gona mine sho ibile ska re mine sho me ba ine sheke bone ke malwanyana moki le na dillo di tletlebo tse leng gore le nyaka gore mo president kudu gape le minister wa mineral resources a le thushe ka tsone
blekere le ngwana mo Sondela wa rra la a botse ya ke no re ba hlo.
All right, it looks like the connection to that particular sound, we are losing it a bit there. Pelane Phakgadi talking to a community member. We hopefully are going to be able to reconnect. All right, I'm told that the sound has been reconnected. Pelane, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Perhaps it's worth starting that conversation all over again. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Just apologies as far as that sound is concerned. Le re mo kilenya ka gore minister a le thushe ka eng gape le bo president mo mabakeng le
gore a re thuse ka gore a re be le madulo a mantle, and then re be le metsi, and then le mešomo e be gona.
ke kwele ba ba le gore ba šoma ba re ba nyaka sekete sa diranta kokeletšo mo ba šomang gona, le bona ba dula le lena moki ke tše dingwe tša dilo tše le gore batho ba moki ba lla ka tsona, ba na le dikgwedi ba le mo strike gone. Jwale ke eng gape e leng gore le nyaka gore minister le presidente a tle le re tše tsona tše a ka di dira le kgono re tla re thušegile.
Le tsona tšeo di a nyakega ka gone o kry-a e le gore bana ba borena ba bereka mekoting, o utlwankere motho o gola 900 ranta ka kgwedi, ba gona ba bereka dikontraka a gola 900, and o etsa o dirang ka 900 a ne le bana ba le 10. wa e bona ntwa o sana leo ntho e banna ba ba e lwelang ke ntho e le gore ke tshwanelo ba santse ba ba direla. Nna re le badudi ba ka re ja ka bona banna ba le bantse ba le kwa mmerekong le rena le re sa bereka. Something re sola re humana mo go bona, re phela ka bona.
Definitely, William Maila, thank you very much there. Of course, Kole, just to round up, he's giving, of course, complaints that what he wants to hear, not only from the minister as well as from the president, is how they're going to be dealing with job opportunities here in the mines, and how are they going to be improving the situation, the living conditions of people who live next to the mines here. And they also say that as far as they're concerned, those people who are looking for an extra 1,000 rand on their salaries, it will also assist them in the long run, because they run small businesses here. They sell, fruits and vegetables. They also, in other hands, are able to retail here in the various communities. So if the people who are working in the mines and live here are unable to trade within the communities, therefore themselves who are unemployed will also feel the brunt. So it's a trickling or a rippling effect that William Maila, they're just giving us as far as that is concerned. So we'll be going out, of course, as to indicate and hear where the minister will be going, exactly where he'll be going, and what interactions he'll be looking to get, and what really is the aim and the goal of those particular meetings. 3 months later, as people have been on the protest, that's AMCU and NUM members. They've been very much united. If you do remember the platinum belt in itself, you covered the Marikana massacre and the events leading to them. You do remember how the hostile environment was between AMCU and NUM members. But all these years later, more than 10 years later, it so seems that those differences may have been set aside, all to have a similar goal, and that goal is to ensure that they get an increment as far as salaries is concerned. They demand 1,000 and extra. We did hear that there was talks about just over 600 rand offer on the table, but their demand has been resolute, and workers having lost about 1 billion rand in salaries over the last 3 months, because no work means no pay for them. And in this regard, they have been continuing to not go to work. Many of them, actually, not even some of them, many of them. Hence, you've seen them coming to the stadium in their numbers yesterday to complain and demand that the president leaves, because he has failed not only at his time as a union secretary in the late 80s, but as well as the Secretary General of the African National Congress in the 90s, and coming out to be a deputy president of the country since 2012. And even as the president, he does understand, according to them, the challenges that the mining industry is currently facing, and they feel all these years he's been aware and has done little to assist them. Therefore, he should not address them at least until he's been able to deal with the compounded challenges that the people in the mining industry currently are facing. So that is the predicament here in the Rustenburg belt, and I'm sure platinum belt rather. I'm sure as we do get closer to that indication where the minister will be able to get in touch.
Pelane, Phakgadi, thank you very much. That's our reporter live for us in Rustenburg, near one of the Sibanye still waters operations. And you've heard the demand there. Workers are asking for 1,000 rand against the background of a CEO who earned in excess of 300 million rand just last year.